Hey there, this is Ira Heiden, the Wizard Master from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, and you are listening to Chills and Thrills podcast. And remember, whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I am the Wizard Master. I am the Wizard Master.
Come with me if you want to live.
Get to the chopper!
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
It's over!
Nothing is over!
That is awesome. I appreciate you being here, and I'm sure we're probably going to talk and ask you some questions that many other people have asked you and things like that.
Let's do it.
But like I said, I 100% appreciate you being here. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, man, let's go. It can't be as fun as, like, I don't know, kind of like how you guys are feeling right now. The nostalgic Nightmare on Elm Street, Wizard Master, everything. So take that and times it 100,000 when I got the special invite to see Robert Englund get his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and then get invited to Musso and Frank's afterwards, which is right across the street, which is one of the oldest restaurants in Hollywood, to have the after party.
Trust
How
me,
was that?
I'm major jealous.
I mean, it was phenomenal. If you guys follow me on the real Ira Heiden on Instagram, REEL,
Yep.
Ira Heiden, you'll see I posted all these pictures and stuff. I mean, I got to see Bob Shea again, who I hadn't seen in God knows how long. And Rachel Talalay was awesome to see. It was, Chuck Russell. I always keep in touch with Chuck, but it was great to see him and his wife. It was quite the event.
I follow you, and I did see a lot of those pictures, and it gave you like little goosebumps because like you guys, everyone in those pictures are my childhood. It's what I grew up on. So it was awesome to see.
It's kind of crazy cool, man. I mean, uh, I was joking around today. Somebody posted all the pictures, and I said, "You know what we need to do? We need to do a dream aid, and all the nightmare children pull on like a We Are the World, and we raise money for burn victims or whatever."
Oh,
And it
that'd be
could be
awesome.
like it could be a serious thing and a spoof. So
That
Yeah,
would be
that
awesome.
sounds awesome.
right?
So I was wondering, I was kind of had an idea like that, like wondering, like have like a dream, like short or movie or something like that, where you bring all the past Nightmare on Elm Street kids who have been killed by Freddy, and like clearly it'd be like a fictional film where everyone comes back. Like if they invited you to do something like that, would you come back for another film, like a retroactive, like future film?
Hell yeah, I would. And who knows? You never know. Maybe something's in the works out there in the universe.
It'd be awesome because there's so many things you can do where you go back to that third film and you retroactively like say that whole film was a dream and continue it on or something like
Yeah,
I've always thought.
I think Robert Englund just posted actually yesterday saying that he's kind of done with being Freddy. He's not
Yeah.
going to want to throw the makeup on or anything like that. And although even talking to Chuck Yeager or Kevin Yeager a couple of weeks ago, he said he could probably do the Freddy makeup and everything, but where it's so much easier than what it used to take. But no, I mean, it would be great. Robert was talking about having Dream Warriors, like redoing Dream Warriors, and then or doing the prequel, like how it all began, um, and so there's all these comments. So I was rolling down, and one said Robert Englund has to direct the Dream Warriors reboot. How cool would that be?
That'd be so cool.
I'd be all
Right?
in.
For
Now,
sure, man.
Connor's gonna have most of the questions here. He came thoroughly prepared. Me, I'm just like you were one of my favorite characters. Like you were in the whole franchise, one of my favorite characters.
Well, thank you.
And and I absolutely like this thing that's happening right now. I'm just blown away, and I'm trying to remember all the questions, and I'm looking through my phone right now trying to find my Google Docs, that I wrote all the questions the past few days, and it's not popping up. So I'm just
Well,
gonna be like a kid.
you'll find them. Oh, sorry guys, I'm out of time. See ya.
Well, damn. No.
All right, now let me ask you questions. Now, how old were you when you saw Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3?
Ooh. I was probably
Um,
like 6 years old.
What?
I
yeah,
was
you know,
watching horror
6 or 7.
movies way younger than I should have been.
That's some scary shit, Connor.
Yeah.
6.
I was
I
watching the Halloweens, Friday the 13th, the Nightmare on Elm Streets, and those were my big 3. I mean, I love Freddy, Michael, and Jason. Like, those nobody can touch those 3 for me.
Yeah,
Right
I
on.
I had a lot of cousins that would come, I grew up on a ranch, south of San Antonio, and it was haunted, and so whenever my cousins would all come over, we would put all the blankets down in the living room, and we would play, scary movies, and so Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, all of them, and, Child's Play was the one that freaked me out the most. I don't I don't know why, but Chucky's
Little
always
that doll, dude. It can never. It's just the scariest thing. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. Aren't they? They're doing the series right now. I think. With Jennifer Tilly
Yes.
Yeah.
and Fiona Dourif, who I just met twice. I met her in Washington State Horror Convention, and then she was also there when Robert received his star. Um, and I think she does the voice of Chucky.
That is
And
so cool.
I believe that her father was the original voice.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
fan of them as well. Did you know, like, when you came on, like, when you were going to, like, audition or, like, try to get the part, did you know it was a Nightmare on Elm Street film? Because I know they put, like back in the day, they used to put, like, fake titles for these horror films or, like, some of the franchises back then, so I didn't know if.
No, not as much as like now, like especially, um,
Yeah.
I did voice work on Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I was super excited to get it. But then, like 2 days before, it was you're working on this show, and it was a different title. I was like, what the hell is this? I had no idea. But so that's like what they do now, like all the major titles and keep it secret and sign your NDA and all that shit. Crap, or that stuff. But no, we knew every single thing about Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. I mean, I knew right away that it was gonna be a special movie and a special role because, I used to play Dungeons& and Dragons all the time. Um and so when I saw that that was what the character really liked, I knew, well, this is kind of a no-brainer. I'm gonna be able to nail this role. So, that was pretty cool to be able to find out that. But no, we knew everything. I got the script. It was called Dream Warriors. I knew that Chuck Russell was writing it and Frank Darabont was writing it, and I knew that, yeah, nobody knew who Frank was at the time or Chuck. And then also, that Chuck was gonna be directing it.
That's awesome. See, I was just curious because I know films used to do that back then, so I didn't know if you, like, went in and auditioned for what you thought was gonna be something else, and then you're like, "No way, like, I'm gonna be in a Nightmare on Elm Street film." So, like, especially now even knowing from, like, right away, like, you were excited from the get.
Oh, man. Yeah, from the get-go, right away. And I was really scared. The first one I saw, and it just I saw it in high school in Tampa, Florida, countryside Florida, and it scared the hell out of me. I was never a really huge horror fan, so I literally was watching it like this. And my friends were all making fun of me, and it was just it was not easy to get through that movie because horror movies scared the hell out of me, and I kinda tended to stay away from most horror films.
And now you do all types of horror conventions and everything all over the states, so it's
It
you're
is
you're flip-flopped.
it's the best fan-based, the coolest people, that are the most eccentric and get dressed up and go 110% with cosplay and everything, but, they'll give you the shirt off their back. I mean, they're just so kind and so great and so respectful, and, yeah, we just finished 2 major conventions. One was in Lexington, Kentucky called Scarefest. 110 celebrity guests there. Uh, and the main attraction obviously was Robert England and Heather Langenkamp and Kane Hodder was there and God, so many David Arquette, my buddy Arquette was there. So many people. It was so much fun. And then I just did one in Washington State Horror Con, and that was because of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, that movie that I was in. That fun, campy, great film.
Some
So
of those
that was
campy ones are the best ones.
Oh yeah,
she's amazing. She's so great, and that was such a wonderful piece of history to be a part of as well.
I love those campy horror films so much. Uh,
Yeah.
I actually have a Friday the 13th. I have a Jason tattoo on my
Oh,
foot,
wow.
and it is from a painting that I got from Frightmare here in Texas, where I actually met Robert Englund. Um, it was so funny because I was scanning around. I was looking for my friend because we got separated for a minute, and then I see Robert Englund, and he makes direct eye contact with me, and I just freaked out because I was like, "That's Robert Englund. That's Freddy Krueger." And he had his glove on, and he put it underneath. He did that.
You did that to you?
He did that to me. I looked right at him, and I just did it right back, and he laughed, and it was a magical moment. But
He's the best. I mean, honestly, at these conventions, you would think he would pull like a William Shatner. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Captain Kirk, but when he does his conventions, like especially in London, he signs as fast as he can these autographs and gets the people out, gets them out, gets them out, gets them out. Robert takes his time. Robert draws animated Freddies.
Oh,
He
that's
is
cool.
really perfect with his stuff. I mean, it's like really, really cool.
yeah, he was
Yeah, I
one
have
of he was one of the big celebrities there, and his line, I mean, you just there was people standing in it forever because he did take his time with it. I know exactly
yep.
what you mean.
Yeah, get ready for like a basically like a 6-hour flight, you know? I mean, you can sit and stand in line and just hang out, you know. At least you can go get popcorn and some drinks while you're waiting. Um, but yeah, then he'll give you the attention that you deserve, you know. So
That's awesome. I wanna get to, like, a horror con or something like that here soon. I've never been to one. They've run one here in Milwaukee in the past, and I wasn't able to get to it, but I wanna get that one's kinda smaller. I wanna get to one of these big ones that they do in, like, Texas or Kentucky or something.
so my favorite by far was Texas Frightmare. Although Scarefest now was like kinda kinda was fun, but I've done Texas Frightmare twice, and, oh man, that's a great show. So we did it for our 35th anniversary of Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It was kinda like a rock and roll tour because we did Texas, we did Burbank, California, we did Manchester, England, we did, Pennsylvania, Monster Mania, but, Texas Frightmare, there were 25,000 people that showed up.
My god.
Yeah, it's crowded. I have so many pictures from whenever I went to Frightmare, and it was insane. There was people
Yeah.
promoting just the smallest thing, and, I think there was a little, um, TV short that somebody made or a YouTube short, and it got millions of views almost just because of they were promoting it at Frightmare.
Wow, super cool. Yeah, this one Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky. I think on Saturday there were about close to 80,000 people coming and going.
Yeah.
It was insane in the membrane. I mean, it was crazy.
You're never gonna get to I mean, you're gonna like you said, you're gonna stand in line if you want to meet or have Robert England sign something or something like that. You're gonna wait for 6 or 7 hours. That's gonna be your one person that you get to see Saturday or Friday night.
Yeah, basically, for sure. You know, I highly recommend if any of the fans out there want to do anything, is get Robert's address. He's got a place where you could send posters and you could send things, and he'll sign them, and you'll get it back, and you know it'll be just as good, kind of. But I mean, when you're at the conventions, you gotta see him. You gotta see Heather. You gotta see The Wizard Master, there's a few things.
Of course.
Well,
I
this is why I asked you to be a part of this episode for Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Very cool.
Yeah, I met, Lisa Wilcox, there as well, and I had completely forgotten about her, and whenever I saw her booth and, she had a little bit of a following, and then whenever I went up there and I started talking to her, me and my friend, we talked to her for, like, 20, 30 minutes,
No,
and then
she's super cool.
the crowd of people that just, formed behind us, but she was like, "No, no, no, I'm talking with y'all, that's what we're doing." It
Yep.
was super nice.
I
Yeah.
I feel like I've recognized that the Nightmare on Elm Street, the people who have played in the films are are very friendly with, like, reaching back out to you or, like, they're 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 just very personable, and they're not like, "We're too good to do this," or anything like that, and that's something that's awesome because these films are huge, so they could very easily be like, "No, I don't have time for this."
Yeah, but come on. I mean, honestly, Connor, it's a gift. I mean, to say that here it is almost 40 years later and I'm doing podcasts, I'm doing horror conventions, I'm getting paid, I'm getting flown out to these places and stuff like that. It's amazing. I mean, yeah, I feel great. I'm really proud of my work and stuff. And I think I worked very hard on this movie. It was my very first movie. But if you had told me that, a 20-year-old Ira at the time was gonna, so many years later be talking about this movie and his role that he did and how many fans loved the fact that the Wizard Master almost beat the shit out of Freddy Krueger, you know, um, it's it's true. It's amazing.
That's one of the things I wanted to ask you is if there was like an alternate like death scene for you or anything that was storyboarded besides the one that ended up in the film.
No, there was nothing else that was given to me in any other way or I mean, there was an original script, I guess, that was written by Wes Craven, but I haven't read that one, but I don't know, I think maybe that script gets a little more into the Dungeons& and Dragons aspect, and I think maybe the fight scene in that movie was a little more so, but no, what you saw was how it was written. The only thing I wished that it had gone on maybe a little longer,
Mhm.
like, I hadn't taken that initial, like, after I just blew up that chair, taking that excitement and just ran at Freddy Krueger. I
Yeah.
think maybe at that point I should have, like, really kinda planned it out and hit him hard from below and then pull out, like a sword and pull out, my shield and then, buzz him more with the lightning things and then, guarding and protecting. But no, I just ran right at him, and then I died.
Now, Adrian and we just recorded our episode for The Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and that's one of the first things we talked about when we a little bit later on in the episode is we wish they would have given you more of a fight against Freddy instead of just blowing up the chair, running into him, and getting killed. Like let him do some damage to Freddy. Because we are rooting for you, and it's just like, oh well, he's the Wizard Master, and this is all you give him. Like
The
it's
it's
like
yeah, it was yeah, what kinda wizard is that? Come on, man.
yeah.
Give me a
Yeah.
little more, right?
Yeah, I was so heartbroken whenever I was watching 'cause I just loved you, and, just I was you destroyed the chair, and I was like, "Yes, get him," and and I was, "Oh."
By the way, do you guys know that there were 2 chairs, and I took a picture of it with my camera on set. Those things were, like, almost 5.5, 6 feet. They were huge.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah, I guess you don't realize that watching the movie, the size of it.
No, definitely not. But there were 2 of them, and they were strong and scary, and something that you would not wanna sit in. That's
It
why
didn't look
it's
too
that's why
comfortable.
it's so great with Robert's line, "Oh, Will, you look tired. Have a seat."
It was an awesome scene, and like I said, we wanted something more for you as a character because you were easily one of our favorite characters in the film. Like, I always went back to you and Kincaid. You for being, like, the down to earth character that, like, everyone can relate to and being fun, and then I always went to Kincaid because he was a smartass, so he reminded me of, like, a younger me.
Oh, yes. I just saw Ken on Friday. He's so awesome. Such a great guy. Um, yeah, those were cool roles, cool characters.
What was it like being able to work with, like, Patricia Arquette and, like, Heather Langenkamp and then, like, Robert Englund himself and just being on set with them?
It was great. I think everybody was really caught up in their roles and really working hard that I don't think there was really time with like, oh my god, that's Patricia Arquette, who I had actually had no idea who she was at the time, um, and it was her first horror movie, and I didn't realize that her sister's Rosanna Arquette, that my buddy Steve Lukather co-wrote a song called "Rosanna" about. Um, I had no idea. I knew who Robert was, but I didn't talk to him a lot. I kind of wanted to keep that distance, kind of, and let him continue to be the scary dude. Heather, I remember from the first one, and I kind of was a little starstruck with, um, but yeah, those were the three.
It's
Everybody
awesome.
else was just nobody special. I'm
And
kidding.
they turned into special people for us fans and, like, the horror community eventually.
Oh my god! We never get to see Craig Wasson anymore. I think he flew the coop. I guess he's in Atlanta somewhere.
Really?
It's just that's why I love that they do these horror cons and things like that, so we can fans can come out and meet these characters that don't do movies or haven't been in movies for so long and things
Right,
like that, and we can relive our childhood talking to you guys or getting autographs and things like that.
for sure.
Well, whenever I was, chatting with, Lisa Wilcox, she showed me all every picture that she would, autograph, and she told me about every single one of them, and
Yeah.
it was great to hear. I mean, it was hard to choose which one to, buy and get her to sign.
I
No,
wanna
she's an
know.
amazing person. She's a grandma now. She was there on Friday. She flew in from her home, and a lot of people flew in to come for the star for Robert England, which was really cool. Toy Newkirk flew in. She was in Nightmare 4. She flew in from Baltimore. Yeah, and then Rachel Talalay, the producer,
Mhm.
for 3, and she directed Freddy's Dead. She flew in from, I think, Vancouver, so, yeah, a lot of people. There was a lot of love.
Mhm.
I was in LA, I know you and I talked, and
That's
I was in
right.
LA from Wednesday to Saturday, and you guys did it the following Friday, and I was just like, "Why couldn't I have gone out there a week later?" And I would have
Why
been there.
didn't you?
I
Push it back.
We honestly went out there for the to see the Vikings play the Chargers and then for the Lakers game, and then we flew back home, and I wish it would have been a week later, and I would have tried to be there.
History.
I
Oh, yeah.
I'm missing
They
history, so now I gotta fly out there again to get a picture with the Robert Englund star, so
Yeah, you
make
do.
another
They
trip.
said, that, Robert attracted more fans. The biggest, fan base at the time that had their star was NSYNC. So I guess Robert beat out NSYNC.
Again, that's part of my childhood.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up listening to them with my older sister, so
Right on.
I don't wanna keep you too long. I had 2 more questions I wanted to ask you, and, one of them was if you had, like, a personal favorite scene that you were in the film or just a personal, like, favorite scene in general from Dream Warriors.
Um, well, there's 2. The first one would be the fact when I'm sitting there and trying to get Rodney and Jennifer to play Dungeons and Dragons with me, and I'm trying to get them to say the right words because, it's a serious thing to me. And so, your horse is sinking in the bog. What do you do? Roll the dice. You have to say the words, so like we got to do this right. And then Lawrence Fishburne of all people picked me up and put me in my bed. And then, unfortunately we get woken up by Philip just hanging and teetering, and then we get to watch him, unfortunately, take a jump. That really is a hard, heavy scene and one of my favorites. And then, of course, the death scene, with Robert Englund. The one time that I was really working on right before we were getting ready to shoot the death scene, that I was focusing on being present. I was focusing on death and focusing on the emotions and what it's going to take, to have this demon kill me. And Robert is sitting in full Freddie makeup in his chair next to me saying, "Hey, Ira, did you hear the one about" he's trying to tell me jokes. I'm
That
like,
sounds like
"Robert,
him.
no." I said, "Robert, I can't do that right now. I gotta focus on" "Oh, and I just bought a house in Laguna Beach, and now I drive my convertible Mustang. It's so great." I was like, "Oh, great. I'm happy for you, but I have to die. Can you please stop?"
I gotta act scared. I'm trying to get into character here.
Yeah, for sure, man. Robert did us a huge solid 6 years ago. We did a stage performance of Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. And we did it at the Whiskey A Go Go and the world famous whiskey in Los Angeles. And we raised $20,000 for mental health awareness.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
it was all given to Dee Dee Hirsch Foundation for suicide prevention. Which is, a wonderful cause since, all of the stuff that our kids since what we went through in the movie,
Mhm.
they thought we were nuts and they put us in a mental ward and we weren't. We were just fighting a bad demon. Well, there's a lot of those demons out there right now. So it was a really good thing to do. Robert read his role. Heather did her role. I did mine. Bradley Gregg, Penelope Sudrow. We had Amanda Wiss play Dr. Sims, and she did a couple other roles. And then her husband also read some stuff. And we had Rodney not say a word until the end. No. Um, but it was a wonderful, wonderful, like about 2.5 hour reading. And it was really cool to see Robert, and he was just improvising. Another one bites the dust and stuff like that. It was amazing. We're trying to do it again at some point. It would be pretty cool.
I need to know about that one because everything that's done that's awesome or cool that I'd love to attend is again, it's away from Wisconsin. I have to drive 6 hours or fly to LA or this place, and a lot of the time it's either not in the budget or I can't get off work, and I'm just like, I need something closer. I need them to do
Just
something
missing.
closer.
Well, we'll bring it to you, Connor. How does that sound?
See, I knew it. Somebody's gotta do something
I
nice for
mean,
me.
yeah,
Practice
it's
living.
about time. I'll have my people talk to your people.
Alright, set it up. We I'm waiting.
I qualify as his people.
Right.
Okay, that sounds good, man.
We'll get Adrian up here, or I'll fly down to Texas and stay with him, and we'll
There
we'll
you
get
go.
to Frightmare together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely do Fright. I want to do Frightmare again. I'm probably thinking that they'll hold off on us for next year, but they'll do 2027 because that's our big 40-year anniversary.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll
You let me
probably
know, or I'll have Adrian let me know, and I will be in Texas Frightmare whenever you guys do the 40th anniversary.
right on. That will be fun, man.
So, Adrian, do you have any questions? I just have one more.
No, I'm, I still
You're in
can't
awe?
believe the document, so I'm just here for the beers, you know?
Hey. So my buddy Chris, who used to co-host a show with me, and he couldn't do it anymore. He wanted me to ask you if there was one anecdote of Robert England that you haven't told anyone else. I know that's a tough one.
One anecdote, like,
Almost 40 years later, that's the one
Yeah.
thing you've been holding to yourself.
there's really nothing, although not many people do know about the fact that I had a dream with Robert and he was in full Freddy costume and we robbed a bank.
How'd you get away? Did the Green Wizard?
Well, he was fine because he had a mask.
Oh, the Wizard Master didn't have the wheelchair to roll her off in or anything
Apparently,
crazy.
I don't remember exactly, but we were robbing a bank and he got away. Um, yeah, no, there's no real. I mean, what you see is what you get with Robert, and you sit down and you learn to shut up and listen because he's got so many incredible stories. I mean, he knows everybody and anybody and everything about the film business and theater and everything. The funny thing, Eli Roth was at the thing on Friday, the Star ceremony, and he gave a speech, and he said that he finally got to work with Robert, and I guess they were in a van together, getting ready to go to work, and Robert was in there with another star. I forgot who it was, but he was saying that he wanted to hear stories from Robert, about everything about that, about, the dream sequences and the everything nightmare and everything. But what he and this what if Robert and this other guy were talking about was like Shakespeare plays and how great this Shakespeare play. And Eli's like, I didn't want to hear that. But he knows everything about anything. So it's really cool.
He's been in so many films. I mean, it's 50, 60, even like little cameos. Like I watched him, especially the Nightmare on Elm Streets, and he was in like the Hatchet films that I watched, and little like creature features that I loved, like Python and stuff back in the day. Like I said, like you guys and like the Nightmare on Elm Street, like all the characters and like the actors who played in them are everything I grew up on. Like the
Right.
Dream Warriors was my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street film and still is to this day.
What about like, did you ever see Freddy's Nightmares?
I
The
watched I've
the
been
TV
re
show?
I've been rewatching it. I watched it way back when, and I've been rewatching it recently, and I think I'm like 15 episodes in or something like that. Been
I
trying to
was
get
I
more
was
into it.
mad because I was in the movie, they wouldn't let me audition for the TV show.
All
Oh,
this.
man. Oh,
So
that's
Blessing or curse, I don't know.
even though I mean, the episodes don't really have too much of a connection to the movies though, so it's like you easily could have starred in an episode in that.
Easily.
yeah, or at least, a background character, just a nice little cameo. Just you
Something.
Yeah,
walk around, do something.
exactly. Well, keep your fingers crossed. Eli Roth is working on a new movie with my buddy's daughter, and so that all works out. I said to him, "Dude, I will do anything. I'll walk in the background with a beer, whatever." You know, um, yeah, I really would love to work with Eli Roth. That would be fun.
And I mean, we'd love to have you in something. I love seeing you on screen. Like I said, I've watched these films repeatedly, and especially the Dream Warriors.
Mhm.
And it's just it's something I always go back to is these films. So I'm like, I started a podcast, and I was like, I have to eventually do the Nightmare on Elm Streets, the Halloweens, like, everything I grew up on. So when we finally got to the Nightmare films, I was, like, going through people that, like, I wanted to try to get on, like, one for, like, each episode, and I'm like, I wanna get the Wizard Master and see, like, what, like, on the set of the film was like, because I feel like he'd
Yeah,
be awesome to talk to.
it was pretty cool. Well, I'm sure I can, pass you on to some other of the Warriors. Have you had any other on yet or no?
I have not. I reached out to Lisa Wilcox from the 4th film, and then, Danny Hassel from the 4th and 5th film. So,
Danny's so cool.
he messaged me back and told me to give him a little bit more information on it, so I was waiting for him to get back to me. But I'd love to I'm one of those people that I'd love to talk to anyone from the films. I just
Yeah.
growing up on them and being able to talk with you and, like, meet you, and even over video chat. It's not in person, but it's still awesome, and it's an honor.
Hey, it's the next best thing.
We were
Exactly.
yeah, we were talking about how nervous we were all day about just this. This is amazing.
Me too. I mean, what if my voice wasn't working?
I just Yeah, so I've reached out, but I mean, it's just you, having you on here, you're the first one I've talked to, and it's been amazing. I mean, just a little half-hour chat or 15 minutes, whatever. I love it because I love digging into the films, and because a lot of kids nowadays don't appreciate these 80s, like, the older horror films. They want
Mhm.
everything to be, like, right now in their face. They can't handle these, like, slow burn 80s horror films that have a good story with them. So and these are the ones I grew up on and love. I'll go back to these
Yeah.
forever.
Again, the story, I mean, Chuck really was awesome to work with. He has such vision and such, he knew exactly what he wanted and it was cool.
This was his directorial debut, I believe. This was his first
Correct.
and he knocked it out of the park. It's
Then he went
crazy to
off to
think of.
direct something called The Blob and The Mask.
See? I wasn't thinking about that.
Nope, no.
Yeah, he
I
went
was
off to do that.
strictly into horror right now. Yep.
And then what didn't Frank Darabont write? Shawshank Redemption or something?
So they were
Um,
just knocking it out of the park.
Mhm.
yeah, and it's kinda interesting because some of the producers, um, stayed with Frank, like Sarah Reiser and, Nikki Marvin, went with Frank, and I guess they went on to produce some stuff with him. Um, yeah, Nikki Marvin. I'll never forget her on the set. She was like, we're looking at two bands to do the music for this movie. One is called Marillion, and one is called Dokken. And I said, you got to go Dokken. Come on, I was a huge Dokken fan at the time. Uh,
100%.
so I think I am the inspiration for getting them Dokken. I like to think that, but you know, I was really bummed. But last night I was exhausted and I couldn't make it. Dokken played at the Whiskey A Go Go last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I missed it. But they'll be back.
Oh, yeah. That's one band I would love to see. That I mean, I listen to them a lot when I'm at the gym, like Into the Fire or Dream Warriors or like
Into
they're
the fire.
Oh,
yep.
Yep.
They're so this film is what actually introduced me to Dawkins, so I have another thing to thank this film for.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Me too.
In my dreams. Um, I have a poster that I have pretty much everybody signed, except I don't have Patricia on it yet or Lawrence Fishburne, who just started doing conventions. Um, but I have a John Saxon on there, and he says best wishes, Ira, and he even dated it. I think it was in 2010. Um, but I have two of the players from Dokken. I have George Lynch
That's awesome.
and Jeff Pilsen, the bass player.
Oh, wow.
So somehow I got to bring it around and have Don Dokken sign it. And
You guys have all the cool stuff.
Yeah, yo,
yeah, man, it's pretty cool up here.
I got a couple things in the background, Jaws and a couple Freddy and Jason things, but nothing that's autographed or anything. I'd love to get to some convention and get some autographs.
What else? Hold on, let me see what else I could pull out. So I was just. Oh wait, I can show what. So somebody made this really cool art, and this was from um,
oh,
Texas
cool.
Frightmare, and if I bring it in a little closer, you can see what it says there.
5th anniversary celebration, Dream Warriors, Texas Frightmare Weekend 2022.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So cool. Let me grab my painting real quick.
So there's that, and then you got the claws coming through. Isn't that awesome?
That is. You said a
And then
fan made that?
yeah, and then well, he's an artist, and he
I know
signed
how
it
to
in the back. What do you got there?
This is my Jason painting. Absolutely.
Oh, cool.
It's one of my favorite it's the only thing, any kind of, art that I own whenever me and my wife bought our house. Oh, Elvira.
So I have Elvira on here. I've got Kurt Fuller. I've got Chris Cam, and I've got Patricia, Susan Kellerman, who is awesome. She was in Beetlejuice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I wanted them all to sign it to me, but everybody else didn't think it was to me. So anyway, and then I even signed my own thing. So there.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, "Oh, is that him?"
Yeah, I signed my own. So whatever.
You
Um,
might as well.
hey, it's mine, right?
The only
So
things in
yeah,
my house that I have autographed is I have the original Mighty Morphin Power Ranger poster, and I got it signed by most of the cast. I'm still chasing everybody else down.
Oh, that's
that's pretty big.
I'm very excited.
Power Rangers, man.
absolutely.
They were huge.
Yeah, I need to go to Frightmare again and, just spend all my money and get
Yeah,
more
that's
autographs.
the thing. Hey, we take credit cards.
I'm for it.
Say less.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm getting all these stupid. You know what I needed to do? I needed to put my phone on do not disturb. Oh well, sorry.
Nope,
No
you're
worries.
fine. I appreciate your time. I'll let you get out of here if you want. I
Yeah.
mean,
No other questions? Like no other movies? Like Father of the Bride, Ghostbusters, voice work on Afterlife, Family Ties, 8 episodes on Alias. No, but I do have a couple things I could plug. How's that?
Yeah.
absolutely. Feel free.
Yeah. So like I did a movie called Keep Quiet, starring Lou Diamond Phillips.
Oh,
and that'll be out in springtime. I had a small role in a movie called Catnip, which will be out not this Christmas, but next Christmas, and that's starring Chevy Chase, Joey Lauren Adams, Jake Busey, and that's going to be a really good one as well.
Sounds like a
And
good
then,
cast.
that
um, and then Brandon Lee was a really good friend of mine, and we've put together a documentary on him that a bunch of friends produced, and it's going to be epic, and that should be out next year called. Um, Starring Brandon Lee. And also, we have a biopic that my buddy Bill Allen wrote about Brandon. That was Brandon's best friend. Um, Bill was in Rad. Do you guys remember the 80s movie with he played Crew Jones, the BMX movie
It
with
sounds
Lori
familiar,
with
but
Lori Loughlin?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I
Yeah,
totally forgot about that movie.
yeah. So Bill co-wrote a movie about Brandon with Lou Diamond Phillips, and so we're trying to raise some money for that to get that project started. And we have Robbie Krieger, the guitarist from The Doors. He's our executive producer, and he already wrote our song. So that's been taking baby steps, but it's moving along.
so you have a lot of projects in the works, so you're gonna be busy coming up.
I'm hoping.
Busy, busy, busy. My goodness.
And I didn't mean to keep this just to, like, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, but
No,
I wanted to focus on your character in that because that's who
for sure,
you and
man.
I have been talking about for a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. No, you got the goods from that movie. I mean, again, I auditioned. I had 5 auditions before I finally got the role.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it took a while, but, I have these tapes because my cousin was a coach, and so he recorded on VHS my audition with him, and so, to go over the run the lines and work out the scenes with him. So I have those, and I have to what I need to do is get them and transfer them so that I have, like, a disc or something where I can watch them
Mm.
or sell them to fans.
I'm sure they would be bots.
I mean, that's like, behind the scenes, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I wish I asked Chuck if he ever kept all the audition tapes because, they put us on tape for the movie, and he said he had no idea where it is.
No.
they were lost 30 some years ago, almost 40 years
Probably
ago.
because he's moved a bunch, so
Mm.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Alright, guys. Well, feel free to, like, if you're gonna post this or put it out there, just tag me or whatever,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Of course. Thank you so much
I
for joining us. This has been just completely amazing. I'm just 100% starstruck right now.
oh, wow, me too.
I wish we
Just
were a quarter
just
famous as you.
just don't get hand struck. That could be really bad,
Oh, hopefully I won't be having any dreams about that anytime soon.
right? I mean, this thing is kinda creepy. It's like full on, like, look at that hand.
Nice details. Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
We'll
That is
start the bidding
insane.
at however many dollars.
Yes, somewhere I still have my glasses from the movie because those were my real glasses.
Oh, wow.
Yep, I wore them in Nightmare, I wore them on, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, I wore them in Family Ties,
Mhm. Wow.
so
That
it
is
was fun.
awesome.
It is. Man, this has been awesome because this is what has been one of my favorite movies growing up. It's been my favorite film in the franchise. I think all around this film has the best cast. It looked like you guys were truly like you can tell that you like as a cast you guys were close and like you became like good friends and it all just gels in the movie. So I love it. I love the entire cast.
Cool, man.
And I
Well,
appreciate you. Hopefully I'll be able to get a cast member from another film,
yeah, I'll try to
soon.
pass you on. I'll send some, see if they wanna do it, and if they're into it, then I'll send you their emails and stuff like that.
I appreciate that to the fullest. That means the most to me.
Yes. Same
Cool.
here.
So again, thank you because it's been a pleasure talking to you, Ira. And
You too, Connor. I'm sorry that we couldn't do it earlier, but we got it done.
no, absolutely. I wish we could have met in LA,
Yeah, that would have been cool.
again, I appreciate it. This has been awesome.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Peace out.
All right. You have yourself a good one. Thank you for joining us.
You too.
Have a good night. Bye.
Okay, you too. Bye.
In my dreams, I can walk. My legs are strong. In my dreams, I am the wizard master.